Hello everyone, and this is Sapphire Reviews. This is the second review I've ever done. I know I was supposed to do Persona 4 Golden, but the game is kind of long and I need to rank out a couple of reviews. So I'm going to do Final Fantasy VI, which is a game I have played numerous times. I'm going to try to keep this video between 12 to 20 minutes, somewhere around there. But as you guys know, my categories are gameplay, characters, music, the story, and did I enjoy the game. So we're going to go off of the story. And this game has such a beautiful story. The way it begins, the way it transitions, the certain moments in the game where you find out Terra... Spoiler alert! If you have not played Final Fantasy VI, or even remotely, not even watched it, go watch it, come back. Spoiler alert. Do. Good? Have we came back? Did you go and watch it? Okay, cool. So, when you find out Terra is a fucking Esper, oh my fucking lord, you're like, my god, this is beautiful. Then, when Terra just goes fucking... Well, she really doesn't go insane. Her powers, I don't think, in the story, she has complete control over them. And she's just flying around and shit like that, and overall, and the opera scene, that's so beautiful, and the dynamic between, as the story progresses, between Locke and Celeste is just fucking beautiful, and Kafka's story transition, and then everything, and then infiltrating the fucking Empire, and the game just has so many classic things. And if you hear something shaking, it's the bed. I'm laying on a bed. But the game has such iconic stuff in it that there's so many iconic plot points in the game that, my lord, when you go back to find Terra, when you eventually get her back in your party, because she does leave for a bit. She does leave. So beautiful. Cyan. Oh, so many sad moments when he loses his family because of Kafka's jackass. We're going to get to Kafka. This game's story, go play it. Just go play it. If I stay here too much longer, I'm going to be gushing about this story for 5 minutes. So, overall, I think for story, he gets a 10 out of 10. This is the closest a story can get to perfect. And I'm going to give it a 9.8 just because I love this game. It's so fucking beautiful. Now, characters. Each character is unique. There are certain characters that I don't care that much for. The characters that you really have to go out of your way to get. But overall, all the characters are important to this story. All the characters are wonderful. They each have a monumental part in the story. So, my favorite character probably from this game is probably Terra. I'm not gonna lie. But I love Celeste. I love Locke. I love Sabin. I love Edgar. I even love the douche that is Shadow from this game. So, the characters, they have their own little parts in it. They have their own little trinkets. They have their own little stuff that they just go through, and they are overall good. I love the old guy and his, like, daughter. I think it's his daughter. It might not be his daughter, but Realm is her name, I think. I love them. Overall, I love every character in this fucking game. The characters, but now we got to get to one character that I love to hate, and it's Kafka. So, Kafka, in my opinion, is one of the top 5 greatest villains of all time. He actually achieves what he wants. Now, I did do a spoiler alert earlier, so if you don't want to, as a character, not very many villains get to achieve what they want to achieve. Kafka does. And I think that's... I think what made Kafka so groundbreaking was he was just batshit crazy, and he fucking knew it. And he wanted to be a god, and he became a god. So that is just, it's good. Like some of the bosses in the game, that I consider them characters. Some of the bosses in the game, masterful. They're great. Overall, all the characters have a purpose. All the characters are great. I'm giving the characters a 9.5. I think they're just overall. Edgar, I can't go through all the characters. Edgar, but I can summarize the characters. Edgar is a king. He's a womanizer. He tries to flirt with women quite often. Sabin, suplexes a ghost train. Just do it. Suplex a ghost train. Shadow, ninja. Probably the best ninja in my opinion when it comes to Final Fantasy. In the lore. Terra. Your mage. Ga. Ga is very unique. Ga is, he's a wild child that lives out in the wilderness. He's one of those kids that and he can do, other enemies' attacks. So, he's very useful to the group. Let's see. Celeste, she's your rune soldier, so to speak. Locke, he is your treasure hunter. He's a thief. Then you have Cyan, which is your samurai. Then you got the Round, which can paint and do that. You got her caregiver, which I don't remember what he could do because it's been years since I played this game. I do need to play the game again, but I do know his character is also a mage. He's very useful as well. So overall, every character has their own purpose in the story and in the game. When you get to the World of Ruin, when the world goes to shit, be careful because you can lose some party members. Just saying that, you can lose them if you don't actively go out and try to get them. So keep that in mind. Okay. Now we're going to go to this game's strongest suit. All three are perfectly good. Like, all this game's is perfectly good. Music. I am just going to play some clips of some tracks. So, I'm going to, like, as I'm talking, I'm going to play clips of my tracks. So, the first clip I'm going to play is a Terrace theme. Just listen to this theme. Just ignore my voice and listen to it. I'm going to put the volume of the song a bit higher so that way you can hear it as I'm talking. But just listen to Terra's theme. Very beautiful. Very just... Mwah. Yeah, it's masterful. It's very, very good. The boss battle theme is another thing that's just masterfully done. It's beautiful. It's great. It's awesome. Cyan's theme, just overall good, great, amazing. So many great themes that I could just put here. The main two that I'm probably gonna put here is gonna be Kafka's theme and the boss battle theme and Terra's theme. Those are the main things that I'm probably gonna put here. Music gets a complete 10 out of 10. It's very beautiful. It's very great. It's good. Now gameplay. Gameplay. Final Fantasy 3/6 I think improved upon Final Fantasy 2/4. I do believe it improved upon its mechanics. I do believe it improved upon its gameplay. I just overall, it feels smoother. It feels greater. It feels... Because I recently last year, this is why I can't remember that one particular character that's with Realm. But I played both the original Final Fantasy IV, which I had not played. The game is too easy in that sense. And then the original Final Fantasy VI, and again, the original Final Fantasy VI is kind of easy. But it does have its spikes in difficulty where you do have to plan and stuff like that. There's the Magicite mechanic, which I absolutely love. Now, some of the Magicites are a bit of a pain in the ass to get, but get them from the auction house. Trust me, yes, they're going to be kind of expensive, which means you're going to have to level grind to get them, but get them. This is a gameplay mechanic that is very fun. It's very rewarding once you get everything rolling and everything overall good. So just keep that going. And the gameplay gets a 9.5 out of 10. I didn't give the music a rating. Yeah, I did. I gave it a 10 out of 10, I think. Now, did I enjoy this game? Of course I enjoyed Final Fantasy VI, so I wouldn't be reviewing it. Now, there are going to be some games that I'm going to be reviewing that I'm probably not going to like, so stay tuned for that. But overall, I enjoy this game every time I play it. The story, the characters, the impact that the characters have on you. You actually begin to care about if these characters live or die. That's just a thing. It's just what happens. Overall, it's very beautiful, and it's going to be good. Now, with that said, what is my final rating for Final Fantasy VI? As much as I want to give it a perfect score, I'm going to give it a 9.7. I strongly believe it's close to perfect, but it's not quite perfect. The game does have its flaws, such as if you don't go out of your way to get to 100% the game, meaning go and do everything, they're going to leave some plot points untold. Some of the secret bosses and some of the end-game stuff, it's kind of fucking hard. So, that's a thing. But overall, a 9.7 I think is a very, very, very good rating for this game. Now, I'm going to be uploading this probably this Friday, and I'm going to be reviewing 2 extra games. I'm going to play one game later tonight, see what I think of it, and then I'm going to probably try to do a review of it. Well, I'm going to do 2 reviews, and whichever wins in the comment section, I'll review, and then the other game will come out the following week. So, I'm going to have 2 pictures up on the screen. Which review would you guys like to see next? Would you guys like to see a review of the Crooked Man? Or would you guys like to see a review of the Witch's House? Let me know, and whichever wins, I will do a review of. Until the next review, everyone, grow brightly and have a nice day. Bye!